going to do the 100, which is one of Joseph Pilates' original exercises. I'm sure if you've done Pilates for quite a while, you'll be familiar with it. It's called 100 because we're counting to 100, believe it or not. And what we're doing is we're counting the arm beats. So the arms, when we're lying down, are going to be flapping down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we're trying to do is control the breath. So every 5 beats, we're either breathing in or breathing out. Don't worry too much about the breath. As long as you're breathing, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to give you options on positions with the 100. I'm going to give you levels. The first level, am I still in shot? Who knows? The first level can be with bent legs and feet on the floor. Just making sure that there's not an arch in your back, you're doing a flat back, so you're tilting that pelvis slightly and raising the sit bones, and your head and neck is coming off the mat. And that's the first position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second position, a little bit harder, more challenging, is we're having bent legs. Hip distance between the knees and the thighs are at, everything's at 90 degrees. Hips to torso and knees to rest of the legs. And again, same here. This is the position here. Another slight progression is straight legs in the air and head and neck up here. And finally, depending how strong the core is, you can then start still with straight legs, lowering the legs, so they could be at 45 degrees, which is quite challenging. Just remember not to lower the legs that much that you're actually arching your back. If your back starts to arch, you're using the wrong muscles. Instead of the abdominal muscles, other muscles, compensatory muscles, come into play, and you will be using your hip flexors, and you'll feel it not only on your hip flexors, you'll feel it in your neck as well. So better to pull back a little bit, raise those legs, do the modification and do it correctly, rather than bang out a lot of exercises incorrectly that are using the wrong muscle groups. So here goes. So I'm going to have straight legs, but my legs aren't going to be angled that much. I'm having my head and neck off the mat and good to go. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bring the knees into the chest and put your head down. I'm hoping that was 100. I've got a complete inability to count sometimes, so who knows. So from here, just give the legs a quick hug, and then we're just going to take the hands out to the side, and I'm going to straighten those legs in the air. And all we're going to do to massage the lumbar spine from here, and we're going to rock those legs from side to side. Don't make the side to side movement that large that you can't bring your legs back up. We could also, while we're doing this, just make sure that the palms of the hands, I know you can't see my hands, are facing up to the ceiling. That means that you're not really gripping, or you can't grip as much. I find this quite nice. Bring that to a halt. Bend those knees and pop feet down one by one onto the mat. I think we'll do a few bridges from here. So think about a bridge. We're bringing in our feet flat on the mat, hip distance apart, fairly close to the sit bones. I think with the bridges, again, thinking about this arch, I always set off with bridges by doing a pelvic tilt. If we do a pelvic tilt where we're tilting backwards, what that means is we're taking that arch out to the back, so we're spreading the back onto the mat. So we've got a little bit of a flat back here, and as we tilt, you'll probably find that the sit bones leave the mat slightly. That's the beginning of the bridge. So we'll have the hands down by the side. This time they can be palm face down, tilting the hips, and then slowly we're driving up through the heels until we get a nice high bridge. Nice strong bridge here, nice and high. And then we're just going to lower that bridge. But what we're trying to do is lower the back, vertebrae by vertebrae, back into the mat. And the last thing that comes down will be the lumbar spine and the sacrum and coccyx. And when we're down, we're going to do that again. So we're setting off with a pelvic tilt and then driving up. And this time, when we're at the top of the bridge, we're going to raise one leg, but we're making sure that other leg is nice and strong and stable, and the hips are stable. So the leg comes up nice and straight. And from here, we're just lowering. Well, I would lower my leg, but it's hitting a piece of furniture. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to swap over to the other leg. Bringing that down, best leg plans. Leg down. If the hip flexors will allow, we're just touching down with the heel and we're bringing that leg up. And what we're trying to do as we touch down is keep these hips nice and high. Going to go for 6 of these. I think that's 4. 5. And 6. Bringing that knee in and slowly lowering the bridge. I'm going to shift it up now so I don't collide with the drinks cabinet. Not that I drink much. Well, don't drink on Monday and Tuesday nights, but I can't count for the rest. And here we go again, tilting under with the pelvis and then driving up through the heels. So nice high bridge here. And then we're taking the other leg up, nice and straight. And we're going to lower, down, touching touching down with the heel if we can. And back up. Doesn't matter that the heel, it doesn't touch down completely. And up. I'll do a couple more. Bringing that in and slowly again lowering that bridge. And this time going up one more time. And all we're going to do here are some little thrusts at the top, so we're nice and high here, and what we're trying to do is just push these hip bones even further. Try another 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and lower. Again, just vertebrae by vertebrae and tailor all back on the mat. I'll just have a little stretch off while we're here. So one leg comes up nice and straight, and we're going to take the opposite leg across the leg, resting the foot on the thigh, hands, we're just going to clasp them behind the straight leg thigh, and we're just going to hold this stretch. A lovely stretch, you should be feeling it all down here. If you want, I've got a pointed foot, you can flex the foot, point, flex, point, flex, and then we'll bend that knee. Take that leg down, and we'll take up the opposite leg now, nice and straight. So the knee comes up, and we're going to take that across, resting the foot on the thigh, clasping the hands behind the thigh. Setting off with a pointed foot on the straight leg, really pulling that in, feeling the stretch now on the bent leg. And if you want, we can do a few point and flex of the toes. And bend that leg, uncross, and bring yourselves up to sitting. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put down a little bit of extra padding. We're going to do a slow, controlled sit-up. So, lie down, and we're putting our legs out. The arms are behind the head. I'm sort of wrestling with chairs and all sorts here. And we're slowly going to bring those arms up, and as we do, chin comes up, neck comes up, chin to chest, and ideally without raising the feet, we're having a very, very slow, controlled sit up. Just upright, nice straight back. And going back down. Now, if that is too strong, if you've got a band, you can always use a band or a belt and put that underneath your feet so the sit-up can be assisted. And back and taking out the arms. We'll do a couple more. So chin into chest, and the hard bit here, what we're trying to do is take all the momentum out of this, so you really are using the right muscles. We're not throwing ourselves up, we're not throwing ourselves back. It's very easy with momentum to swing up and flop back down. This is slow and controlled. I'm just going to do one more of these, but by all means you can work up to more than, I can't even remember how many I've done. Is it 3 or 4? I don't need many of them at this speed. And arms come down. I will give, as I said, there's options with that. I'll just discuss the options now. Option is, if you've got a band, sorry I haven't got a band to hand, you can have the band around your feet and you're just pulling yourself, you're holding the band, edges of the band in the arms, and you're using that and the tension around your feet to take yourselves down. And again, you've still got the band in your hand or a towel. It has to be a big towel, a beach towel, and bringing yourselves up. Other option with that is with bent legs, and then you can hold on to the thighs and you can take yourselves down ever so slowly. So the last thing that comes down is the head and the neck. And again, up we're coming at the same time. The thing to be wary of here, there's a tendency here, is the hard bit, is the legs might come off. We're trying to keep the legs on, really sucking in that stomach, rock hard, and we're coming up. Okay, don't know how long I've been yattering on for, probably far longer than what I said, so we'll just do a couple of stretches out now to finish off. So if we're comfortable with crossing our legs, if not, sit any which way you want, and we're just going to slide out and over. Trying to keep both sit bones on the mat. And this top arm now, what we're going to do, we're going to sort of semicircle around, taking that out to the side, and then the other arm comes over. And again, round to the front. And while we're at the front, we can stretch out and try and get our forehead as close to the mat as we can, but again, making sure those sit bones at the back don't come off the mat. walking out. And slowly bringing ourselves back up. Deep breath. Thank you. Hopefully see you again shortly. Bye.